How can the Indonesians or the Bahasa Indonesia Language Academy expand employment in Southeast Asia? There, the Indonesia is India's close neighbor and one of the world's largest democracy. Bahasa Indonesia is simple yet powerful, connecting millions across Southeast Asia. Through the Indonesian Language Academy, Indian youth can access jobs in tourism, trade, shipping, and IT. Many Indian companies are investing in ASEAN nations, and communication is key. Meditation-based learning helps students grasp the tonal flow of Bahasa with ease. Art of Living centers already flourish in Bali and Jakarta, so employment types and internships will be naturally available. Spiritually, Indonesia's ancient culture is rooted in the Ramayana and Mahabharata. The academy will celebrate this connection. Students will chant the Hanuman Chalisa and the Ramayana or the Sri Ram Tarak Homas will be performed annually, symbolizing India-Indonesia friendship by aligning spiritual heritage with modern skill. Gurudev's vision will revive cultural unity in the region. Youth trained here will not just find jobs, they will become bridges of friendship between two great dharmic civilizations. In every business deal, they will reflect satya or truth, prema or love, and seva or selfless service. Now, what impact will the German Language Academy have on technical and academic fields? Germany is a hub of innovation, engineering, and research. The German Language Academy will focus on technical language proficiency, preparing students for engineering, automotive, and research opportunities. Many Indian students dream of studying in Germany. This academy will help them with both linguistic and emotional readiness through Art of Living's focus building meditations and stress relief techniques. Students develop precision, a quality deeply valued in German culture. The Sanskrit word Shraddha, devotion with discipline, beautifully parallels German thoroughness. The academy will perform Ganapati Homas for success and Ayodhya Puja to bless tools of learning. Gurudev's philosophy teaches that technology and spirituality are not separate. When skills grows from stillness, work becomes worship. To this academy, youth will gain employment in global industry, but also learn humility, punctuality, and compassion. German companies will see not just efficient employees, but peaceful professionals, ambassadors of mindful productivity. How does the Japanese Language Academy already demonstrate the model for success? Jagadath, the Japanese Language Academy, inaugurated by Gurudev and Honorable Sri Ramnath Kovind ji, stands as a living model. Students there learn discipline, respect, and team spirit. Quality is central to both Japanese and Indian cultures. Alongside Japanese classes, they practice yoga, meditation, and Sudarshan Kriya, which enhance focus and calmness. This holistic training makes them job ready for Japan's industries, especially in technology, nursing, and engineering. Now, Gurudev often says Japan and Japa are connected through vibration. Both reflect dedication and repetition. The academy performs Ganesha Homa and Guru Puja before every course pass. The energy created makes learning joyful. Japanese employers appreciate the ethical strength of our students rooted in dharma and discipline. This model blends professional placement with personal transformation. It shows that spirituality and skill, when combined, create individuals who excel without stress. Now, how can the Yoruba Language Academy promote India Africa partnerships and spiritual kinship? Africa's cultural diversity is vast, and Yoruba is one of the most widely spoken languages. The Yoruba Language Academy will prepare youth for opportunities in trade, education, and social development programs across West Africa. Art of Living already has strong programs in Nigeria and Ghana. Through meditation and leadership training, students will develop cross cultural sensitivity, essential for African partnerships that prioritize relationship and respect. Many African traditions resonate with Vedic wisdom, belief in ancestors, elements, and universal energy. We will organize Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam Humas, the One World Family ceremony. To symbolize unity, students will learn about African rituals alongside Indian Vedic philosophy, realizing that spirituality is universal. Gurudev's humanitarian projects in Africa have already shown that service unites hearts faster than words. This academy will create youth who engage in trade and development with compassion, carrying India's warmth into Africa and bringing African strength back to India. Now, how can a Turkish language academy help expand India's business and cultural presence in Eurasia? Turkey bridges Europe and Asia. Its language opens doors to Eurasian trade, diplomacy, and tourism. The Turkish Language Academy will train students for roles in international business, media, and hospitality. Turkish is rhythmic and with Art of Living's breathing practices, pronunciation becomes natural. The Academy will host Turkish film screenings, dialogues, and exchange programs with meditation at its core. Culturally, Turkey and India share Sufi and Vedic spiritual roots. The Academy will organize Sufi Vedic Harmony Days featuring music, poetry, and Rudra Homa for peace. Gurudev's teaching see the divinity in diversity and the divine in diversity will be the guiding light. Students will become global connectors, skilled in trade and grounded in ethics. The Academy's placements in business, travel, and diplomacy will empower you to work across continents with the grace and spiritual strength. Now, how does the Art of Living envision integrating its spiritual foundation with global language training for employment in different countries? The Art of Living's vision, as guided by His Holiness Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankarji, is deeply holistic, merging material success with inner peace. When a youth learns a global language such as English, Mandarin, French, or Japanese through specialized academies under the Art of Living framework, they are not only learning linguistic skills but also imbibing the essence of mantra, meditation, and mindfulness. This unique integration ensures that the students don't become mechanical professionals but balanced human beings rooted in values and clarity. Alongside language training programs like the Happiness Program, Yes Plus, and RXL cultivate emotional stability, leadership qualities, and communication confidence. Moreover, the foundation organizes weekly satsangs, pujas, and homas such as the Ganapati Homa, the Rudra Pujas, and the Navagraha Homas that help purify the mind and remove obstacles in the learner's path. In this model, a Japanese or French language student, for instance, doesn't just aim for a job, but also builds a centered personality capable of thriving in multicultural corporate environments. Thus, Gurudev's Global Language Initiative is not merely an employment mission, but a cultural and spiritual bridge between nations. The academies will help Indian youth become ambassadors of peace, harmony, and skill, fulfilling the dream of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, the world as one family. Now, can you explain how the Art of Living's Japanese Language Academy model can be replicated for other languages like Spanish, French, Arabic to create global employment opportunities? Absolutely. The Japanese Language Academy, inaugurated by Gurudev at the Art of Living International Center in Ashram, is the pilot blueprint for a broader global initiative. Similar academies can be established in collaboration with the cultural and industrial partners in other linguistic regions. For example, a Spanish language academy would connect a youth to job opportunities in Latin America and Spain, focusing on business processes, outsourcing, tourism, and trade. A French academy could facilitate placements in Francophone Africa, Canada, and Europe, while the Arabic academy could cater to the demand for professionals in the Middle East, as growing construction, healthcare, and hospitality sectors. Each academy would follow a three-tier curriculum: language proficiency, cultural orientation, and career readiness, combined with Art of Living's signature breathing practices like Sudarshan Kriya and Pranayama to develop resilience and mental clarity. The presence of Vedic Dhamma ensures that students also learn Sanskrit prayers, ethics, and mindfulness rituals, giving them inner balance amidst fast-paced global careers. This blend of linguistic skill and spiritual wisdom positions the learner as a confident, grounded professional who can adapt to any environment. Moreover, Art of Living's international centers in 180 plus countries can act as placement and mentorship hubs, linking trained youth directly with employers abroad. This model represents a sustainable path for India's youth to flourish globally, skilled, spiritual, and successful. Now, how do the pujas and homas conducted by the Art of Living in Vedanta Sansthan complement the process of skilling youth in various global languages? Now, in the Art of Living ecosystem, education is never separated from spiritual energy. His Holiness Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankarji beautifully reminds us that skill alone without inner strength cannot sustain success. The pujas and homas organized by the Art of Living in Vedic Sansthan are designed to invoke inner clarity, focus, and divine blessings before and during the training process. For instance, when a new batch begins at the Japanese or French language academy, the Ganapati Homa is performed to remove obstacles before exams or placement drives. The Mahamrityunjay Homa or Navgraha Puja are conducted for balance and auspicious planetary alignment. These sacred rituals are not merely religious acts, they purify the atmosphere and strengthen collective intention. A calm, positive environment enhances cognitive learning and retention, which is crucial for mastering new languages. Students often report that after attending Rudra Puja or Sudarshan Kriya, their mind becomes sharper and memory more stable. This holistic approach of combining ancient Vedic Anushthan with modern pedagogy allows learners to move beyond anxiety and competition. They become rooted, self assured individuals capable of thriving in a multicultural global workspace. Thus, the spiritual practices empower the mind, language training empowers the intellect, and both together shape a youth who can communicate fluently, act ethically, and succeed gracefully anywhere in the world. Now, how does meditation, especially Sudarshan Kriya, contribute to improving language learning and employability for youth? Jayudev, meditation and Sudarshan Kriya, central to the Art of Living's training framework, are scientifically proven tools for enhancing concentration, emotional intelligence, and memory retention, all critical for mastering new languages and excelling professionally. Language learning requires sustained attention and consistent practice, yet modern students often face distractions, anxiety, and burnout. Sudarshan Kriya harmonizes the breath, detoxifies the nervous system, and boosts serotonin levels, enabling calm alertness and creativity. When a learner practices Kriya daily, linguistic absorption becomes faster because the mind is relaxed and receptive. Moreover, group meditations conducted before classes align everyone's energy, making the learning feel more vibrant and collaborative. In professional terms, meditation nurtures soft skills, clarity in communication, patience, emotional regulation, and teamwork. Quality is highly valued by international employers. Instructors at the Japanese and upcoming Spanish, French, and Arabic academies, we have noticed that students who regularly meditate perform better in interviews and handle cross cultural interactions with confidence. Through consistent practice, youth not only gain language fluency but also develop the poise and emotional stability needed to succeed abroad. Gurudev's vision thus transforms meditation from a private spiritual tool into a global career catalyst, creating professionals who are both skilled and serene. Now, what role will global internships and cultural exchange programs play in these language academies inspired by Gurudev's vision? Gurudev's internships and cultural exchange programs are central pillars in the Art of Living's global language academies. His Holiness Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankarji envisions not just a language literacy but cultural fluency, the ability to understand, respect, and work harmoniously across nations. Each academy, whether Japanese, Spanish, French, or Arabic, will be linked with the partner institutions, industries, and art of living centers in respective countries. For example, students learning Japanese will intern with companies in Tokyo, Kyoto, or Osaka that value Indian work ethics and technical expertise. Similarly, French learners might assist in NGOs or hospitality sectors in Francophone Africa or Canada. These internships combine professional exposure with guided mentorship by art of living volunteers abroad, ensuring emotional safety and cultural adaptation. Students also participate in seva projects and satsangs in local centers, experiencing the essence of one world family. This model ensures that learning does not end with textbooks but expands into the realm of real human connection. Alongside the Vedic Sansthan, curates short courses on Indian values and spiritual wisdom, helping students carry their roots wherever they go. Thus, these exchange programs shape global citizens, proficient in language, skilled in their craft, yet deeply anchored in human and spiritual values. Now, how do the Art of Living academies plan to collaborate with industries and governments for placements and employment opportunities? Together, the Art of Living Academy is guided by Gurudev's compassionate leadership, are building strong bridges between education and employment. Collaboration with industries and governments is a key focus. Each language academy will operate under a skill and a placement cell connecting youth with multinational corporations, embassies, and trade organizations seeking bilingual professionals. For instance, Japanese firms looking for engineers or IT specialists can directly recruit trained candidates from the Bangalore Ashram's Japanese Academy. Similarly, the proposed German, Spanish, and Korean academies will partner with the tourism, automotive, and healthcare industries in Europe and Asia. Moreover, discussions are underway with Indian ministries under the Skill India and Make in India initiatives to certify these courses for formal recognition. Gurudev's network of over 180 countries offers an unparalleled global platform for placements. Youth trained through these programs embody not just technical and linguistic expertise, but also integrity, mindfulness, and teamwork, qualities employers increasingly seek. The academies will also host global career fairs, combining job opportunities with sessions on stress management, ethical leadership, and Vedic wisdom for professionals. Hence, employment under Gurudev's model is not merely about earning but about serving society through excellence, compassion, and cultural harmony. Now, could you explain how the Art of Living plans to structure these 20 global language academies and align them with the country's specific career opportunities? Together, the Art of Living's model for 20 global language academies is designed with both the global outreach and local relevance in mind. Each academy, be it for English, Mandarin, Spanish, French, or Arabic, will follow a three-tier structure: foundational linguistic mastery, cultural immersion, and vocational training. The foundation tier focuses on grammar, pronunciation, and conversation through interactive sessions and meditation based concentration techniques. The cultural tier introduces students to music, cuisines, traditions, and business etiquette of the respective regions. The vocational tier connects learners to the real world industries such as IT, tourism, healthcare, education, and translation services. For example, the Mandarin Academy would train youth for careers in technology and international trade with China. The German Academy would prepare engineers and technicians for placements in Europe, while the Arabic Academy would focus on oil, infrastructure, and logistics roles in the Middle East. Additionally, each academy will integrate art of living programs like Sudarshan Kriya, Yes Plus, and DSN to enhance leadership and mental resilience. Every center will be guided by the Vedic stand to preserve spiritual grounding through regular yagyas, Rudra pujas, and satsangs. Gurudev's global network ensures that these academies are not isolated institutions but part of a unified ecosystem where a youth learning French in India may train or serve at an art of living center in Paris, bridging continents through culture, compassion, and communication. Now, how do art of living in Vedic Sansthan ensure that moral and spiritual values remain intact while preparing youth for global competitiveness? Jagadev, His Holiness Gurudev Shri Ravi Shankarji emphasizes that education without values is like a tree without roots. Hence, every language academy under the Art of Living umbrella is built upon the foundation of Vedic wisdom, rooted in ethics, mindfulness, and universal compassion. Alongside academic and skill based learning, students are encouraged to practice seva or selfless service, satsang, the collective joy, and sadhana or the spiritual practice. The Vedic Dhamma plays a vital role in organizing Gita discourses, Vedic chanting sessions, and workshops on principles like ahimsa, satya, dharma that help shape character and clarity before every major milestone, exams, internships, or job placements. Special homas such as the Navgraha Shanti or the Saraswati Puja are conducted to invoke divine blessings. These rituals deepen a student's connection with their purpose in helping them handle challenges with grace and gratitude. In a world that often values profit over peace, Gurudev's academies remind youth that true success lies in balance between ambition and awareness, competition and compassion. The outcome is a new generation of professionals who are globally skilled, ethically strong, and spiritually grounded. Now, how will the English Language Academy under the Art of Living initiative help youth enhance global communication and leadership opportunities? Neither the English Language Academy, though similar and familiar to most Indians, will be redefined under Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankarji's vision, not merely as a linguistic institution but as a platform for global articulation and leadership. The Academy will train youth to communicate effectively in professional, diplomatic, and academic environments. It will focus on spoken fluency, emotional expression, articulation, and cross cultural sensitivity. What sets it apart is the integration of spiritual and emotional intelligence with communication training. Students will practice Sudarshan Kriya and guided meditations to overcome fear and hesitation during public speaking and interviews. Courses will also include personality refinement workshops based on Yoga Sutras and Bhagavad Gita principles to cultivate confidence, mindfulness, and ethical persuasion. Career pathways will include opportunities in international business, media, academia, and diplomacy. The Academy will also collaborate with global institutions in the UK, USA, and Australia for student exchange programs. Graduates won't just speak fluent English, they will communicate with the compassion and cultural intelligence through regular satsangs, Rudra pujas, and Devi pujas, and the Guru pujas, and the Seva projects. Learners will imbibe Gurudev's vision of connecting hearts before words. Thus, the English Language Academy becomes a channel for both employment and enlightened global communication, producing skilled, sensitive world citizens capable of leading with clarity and care. Now, how will the Mandarin Chinese Academy empower Indian youth to tap into Asia's largest economic and trade networks? There is the Mandarin Chinese Academy, Language Academy, inspired by Gurudev's global peace and skill vision, will open vast opportunities for Indian youth in Asia's booming economy. Mandarin proficiency is increasingly valuable across technology, manufacturing, logistics, and education sectors. The academy will train students in both simplified and traditional Mandarin, focusing on business vocabulary, digital communication, and cultural etiquette. Alongside language classes, art of living breathing techniques, and Qigong inspired yoga sessions will be introduced to build focus and calmness, aligning with both Indian and Chinese spiritual traditions. Cultural modules will cover Confucian philosophy, Chinese calligraphy, and meditation based interaction techniques to strengthen mutual understanding. Employment opportunities include positions in multinational corporations, diplomatic missions, translation and import businesses, with Art of Living centers active in Beijing, Shanghai, and Hong Kong. Practical internships and cultural immersions will be facilitated for students. Moreover, the Vedic Sun will ensure spiritual balance through regular peace meditations and Vedic prayer circles, symbolizing India's ancient connection with the East. This academy will not only bridge linguistic gaps but also strengthen India China cooperation through peace, skill, and shared human values. Now, how will the Spanish Language Academy help youth explore opportunities across Europe and Latin America? Yes, Jagudev, the Spanish Language Academy, envisioned under the guidance of His Holiness Gurudev Sri Sri Ravi Shankarji, opens a golden gateway for Indian youth to connect with the vast Spanish speaking world, covering Spain, Latin America, and parts of the USA. Spanish is the second most spoken native language globally, offering employment in sectors such as tourism, hospitality, translation, trade, and international relations. The academy will follow a dynamic curriculum combining linguistic fluency with spiritual resilience. Students will participate in daily pranayama and Sudarshan Kriya sessions to build mental clarity and memorization capacity, essential for mastering foreign phonetics and grammar. Cultural orientation programs will include Spanish music, cuisine, and literature to help learners understand emotional nuances and workplace etiquette. The academy will also form alliances with the Spanish universities, Latin American NGOs, and multinational companies for internships and placements. Youth will not only learn to converse but also to connect from the heart, embodying Gurudev's message of global harmony. The Rudra Pujas and Devi Homas will be performed regularly to bless students with wisdom and inner strength. This academy's graduates will stand out as bilingual professionals, technically proficient, spiritually grounded, and emotionally intelligent, ready to serve as bridges between India and the Spanish speaking world in diplomacy, business, and education. How will the French Language Academy contribute to international career growth and cultural diplomacy? Neither the French Language Academy under the Art of Living will serve as a center of linguistic excellence and cultural diplomacy. French remains the official or working language of over 30 nations and multiple international institutions such as the UN, UNESCO, and WHO. The Academy's curriculum will merge language mastery with the global etiquette training. Students will learn personal and professional communication for industries such as aviation, fashion, hospitality, and international law. To balance intellectual rigor with emotional depth, the daily sessions of meditation, chanting, and seva will be incorporated, keeping learners calm and confident through collaborations with Alliance Francaise, French universities, and Art of Living centers in Paris, Lyon, and Montreal. Students will experience immersive internships and exchange programs. The Vedic Sun will add depth by conducting Gayatri Homas and Saraswati Puja for wisdom and creativity. The focus will not just be on speaking fluent French, but on embodying l'art de vivre, the art of living gracefully. Graduates will emerge as skilled professionals and cultural ambassadors who carry India's spiritual warmth into global institutions. Thus, the academy becomes a bridge of beauty, balance, and brotherhood between India and the Francophone world. Now, how will the Arabic Language Academy help youth engage with the Middle East's economic and cultural landscape? The Arabic Language Academy, founded under the Art of Living's Global Skilling Initiative, will open vast possibilities for youth in the Middle East, North Africa, and the global Islamic world. Arabic is not only one of the UN's six official languages, but also the key to accessing opportunities in oil, engineering, construction, healthcare, aviation, and education sectors. Across nations like the UAE, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and Egypt, the Academy's curriculum will integrate modern standard Arabic MSA with the regional dialect exposure and professional terminologies used in trade, business, and diplomacy. Alongside language learning, students will participate in daily meditation and breathing practices like Sudarshan Kriya to maintain mental calmness and intercultural sensitivity, qualities essential for working in diverse environments. To foster spiritual and cultural understanding, sessions on Vedic, Islamic, and philosophical parallels, such as the concept of peace or shanti or salam, and a devotion or bhakti or man will be introduced, nurturing harmony and respect. The Vedic Dhamma Sansthan will conduct the Vishnu Sahasranama Parayanas and Mahamrityunjaya Homas for clarity and protection. Before major career transitions, partnerships with Gulf based industries, embassies, and universities will ensure robust placement pipelines. Graduates will become ambassadors of both Indian spirituality and global professionalism, capable of building bridges between the Middle East, business dynamism, and India's value of peace and service. Now, how will the German Language Academy contribute to technical education and engineering careers in Europe? The German Language Academy, inspired by His Holiness Gurudev Shri Ravi Shankar Jesus' vision, will empower Indian youth to excel in Europe's engineering, automotive, and healthcare sectors. Germany's demand for skilled professionals, especially in renewable energy, mechanical engineering, and IT, is rapidly growing. The academy will offer structured training from A1 to C1 proficiency levels, aligned with the Goethe Institute standards. Beyond grammar and vocabulary, students will learn technical German for workplace communication and project management, art of living techniques like Bhastrika Pranayama and guided meditations, along with Sudarshan Kriya, will enhance focus, confidence, and adaptability, vital traits for professionals relocating abroad. To complement their linguistic skills, the Vedic Sansthan will organize the Ganapati Homa for success and Rudra Puja for strength before internship placements. Collaborations with the German universities, the chambers of commerce, and global companies like Siemens, Bosch, and BMW will ensure real world exposure. Graduates will not only master the German language but also embody discipline, ethics, and composure, values deeply admired in German work culture. They will represent a fusion of precision and peace, carrying Gurudev's message of a stress free, value based professional life into Europe's innovation hubs. Now, how will the Portuguese Language Academy create opportunities for youth across Brazil, Portugal, and Africa? The Portuguese Language Academy, established under the Art of Living's Global Skilling Initiative, will serve as a gateway to employment and collaboration across Brazil, Portugal, Angola, and Mozambique, countries united by Lusophone, a world Portuguese spoken by nearly 265 million people, opens doors in international trade, renewable energy, tourism, and education sectors. The Academy will blend language proficiency with the cross-cultural understanding and spiritual grounding. Courses will cover business communication, diplomacy, and translation alongside sessions of Portuguese literature and Brazilian culture to enhance emotional connection and contextual learning. Students will also engage in art of living techniques like Sudarshan Kriya and Yoga Nidra to reduce exam anxiety, boost memory, and develop creativity. The Vedic Sansthan will conduct the Lakshmi Puja and Saraswati Homas for abundance and learning success. Leaderships and internships will be organized through collaborations with Portuguese and Brazilian consulates, Art of Living centers in Lisbon, and corporate partners in Sao Paulo and Rio de Janeiro. The Academy aims to make students not just linguistically adept but also spiritually and culturally graceful professionals who bring mindfulness and joy into their workplaces. Thus, the Portuguese Academy embodies Gurudev's vision of global harmony through skill, service, and serenity. Now, how will the Russian Language Academy strengthen the Indo Russian cultural and economic partnership? The Russian Language Academy, under the Art of Living, will renew India's historical and strategic ties with Russia, with increasing collaboration in defense, technology, medicine, and education. Learning Russian gives youth access to diverse career paths The academy's curriculum will integrate technical Russian, cultural history, and cross cultural management, helping students communicate effectively in professional settings. The daily pranayama and Sudarshan Kriya sessions will nurture patience and concentration, essential for mastering Cyrillic script and complex grammar. The Vedic Sun will complement training with the Rudra Abhisheka and Durga Saptasati Parayanas for mental strength and success. The partnerships with Russian universities in Moscow, St. Petersburg, and Vladivostok, as well as Indian companies operating in Russia, will ensure employment pipelines. Cultural exchange events such as the Indo Russian Friendship Satsangs will foster mutual respect and understanding. Students will also participate in seva projects and intercultural workshops linking yoga with Russian philosophy and art. In essence, this academy will create a new generation of peace driven professionals who merge India's inner stillness with Russia's scientific vigor, embodying Gurudev's vision of science and spirituality. Now, how will the Korean Language Academy help youth explore career opportunities in technology, entertainment, and innovation sectors? And the Korean Language Academy, envisioned under His Holiness Gurudev Shri Sri Ravi Shankarji's mission of empowering Indian youth globally, will focus on connecting learners with South Korea's thriving industries in technology, electronics, entertainment, and education. Korean, or Hangul, is now one of Asia's most influential languages, especially due to the rise of K-pop, K-drama, and Korea's global leadership in innovation. The Academy's training modules will combine linguistic expertise, cultural intelligence, and spiritual grounding. Students will study Korean communication patterns, business etiquette, and cultural nuances to prepare for jobs in companies like Samsung, LG, Hyundai, and various creative industries. To support mental clarity and discipline, key qualities in Korean culture, students will practice Sudarshan Kriya, Padma Sadhana, and short meditations. The Vedic Sansthan will conduct the Ganapati Huma for success and the Navagara Shanti Puja for balanced growth before placements. Partnerships will be formed with Korean universities and industries through the Indian Embassy in Seoul and art filming centers in Busan and Incheon. Beyond employment, learners will gain appreciation for Korea's philosophy of Hua, meaning harmony, which aligns beautifully with Gurudev's teaching of peace and unity. Graduates will thus serve as cultural ambassadors, technically skilled, spiritually aware, and emotionally intelligent professionals, bridging India and Korea through knowledge and compassion. Now, how will the Italian Language Academy benefit youth interested in design, architecture, and hospitality industries? The Italian Language Academy, under Artific's holistic model, will be a hub for creativity, aesthetics, and innovation. Italian is the language of art, architecture, cuisine, and luxury design, fields where India's youth have immense potential. The academy will train students in both language proficiency and creative expression, combining linguistic courses with cultural immersions in Italian music, Renaissance art, and culinary traditions. The integration of Sudarshan Kriya and guided meditations will help students stay calm under pressure, vital for careers in design and hospitality. The Vedic Sansthan will hold Saraswati Homa to invoke creativity and intellect. Internships with Italian fashion houses, travel firms, and hospitality chains will be facilitated through partnerships with Italian trade councils and art viewing centers in Rome and Milan. This academy will empower students to pursue careers as designers, architects, tour managers, or language educators. While embodying mindfulness and artistic grace, Gurudev's philosophy of aesthetic sensitivity is born from a peaceful mind, will serve as a guiding light. The Italian Academy will thus produce youth who blend precision with the passion, intellect with intuition, and professionalism with poise, a true global artist grounded in Indian spirituality. Now, how will the Turkish Language Academy open avenues for Indian youth in trade, diplomacy, and cultural exchange? The Turkish Language Academy, inspired by His Holiness Gurudev Shri Sri Ravi Shankarji's vision for global youth empowerment, will serve as a vital link between India and Turkey, two ancient civilizations bound by deep historical and spiritual ties. The Academy will train students in Turkish language proficiency, business communication, and intercultural understanding to help them access opportunities in international trade, tourism, diplomacy, and education. Turkey's strategic position as a bridge between Europe and Asia makes it an important hub for logistics, trade, and cultural cooperation. Through the academy, youth will gain linguistic fluency and insights into Turkish customs, art, and Sufi philosophy. Courses will include sessions on Mevlana Rumi's teachings, connecting students to the universal message of love and unity. So beautifully aligned with the Gurudev's wisdom, art of living Sudarshan Kriya, meditation and pranayama will strengthen students' focus, patience, and adaptability. Quality is essential in international environments. The Vedic Sansthan will conduct the Lakshmi Narayana Homas to bless the initiative with abundance and cross cultural prosperity. Employment pathways will include collaboration with Turkish universities, airlines, trade councils, and tourism boards. Graduates will become cultural ambassadors, promoting peace, partnerships, and prosperity between India and Turkey through both language and heart. Now, how will the Persian or Farsi Language Academy enhance India's cultural diplomacy and business relations with Iran and Central Asia? The Persian Language Academy will revive the timeless linguistic and cultural bond that has existed between India and Persia for centuries. Farsi, once a court language in India, holds immense historical, literary, and spiritual value. The academy will train youth for careers in diplomacy, translation, international trade, cultural tourism, and research. Students will study Persian literature, poetry, and Sufi wisdom, exploring the works of Rumi, Hafiz, and Sadi. Art of living meditation techniques will cultivate the calmness and introspection needed to grasp a Persian depth and artistry. The Vedic Dharma Sansthan will conduct the Saraswati Homa to awaken intellect and expression. By learning Farsi, youth will be positioned to work in Indian embassies, global organizations, and international businesses connected to Iran, Afghanistan, Central Asia. Gurudev's teaching, when the mind expands, boundaries dissolve, will guide academies as those students will not only bridge linguistic gaps but also foster cultural harmony, reviving the Indo Persian spirit of wisdom, beauty, and peace. Now, how will the Vietnamese Language Academy strengthen India's presence in Southeast Asia and offer career growth for youth? The Vietnamese Language Academy, guided by His Holiness Gurudev Shri Ravi Shankarji's vision for cross-cultural education, will connect India and Vietnam through language, compassion, and service. Vietnam is one of Asia's fastest-growing economies, and proficiency in its language can open immense opportunities in manufacturing, IT, trade, tourism, and education sectors. The academy will provide a structured curriculum including reading, writing, conversation, and cultural studies. Students will also learn about Vietnamese etiquette, Buddhism, and traditional values, helping them integrate smoothly into the professional environment of Vietnam. Collaborations with Vietnamese universities and corporations will create job placements and internships for trained youth. The art of living Sudarshan Kriya, meditation, and yoga practices will prepare learners to manage a cross-cultural work stress while maintaining inner peace. The Vedic Dhamma will promote the Ganapati Huma at the start of every new training batch, invoking wisdom and success. Moreover, exchange programs between Indian and Vietnamese art of living centers will enable spiritual, linguistic, and entrepreneurial collaboration. Through this academy, Indian youth can pursue careers abroad while carrying India's ancient wisdom and values, serving as global ambassadors of peace and productivity. How will the Indonesian Language Academy, the Bahasa Indonesia, empower youth for jobs across ASEAN and global markets? The Bahasa Indonesian Language Academy will position India as a leading linguistic partner in the ASEAN region. Indonesia, being the world's fourth most populous nation, offers vast opportunities in tourism, business process outsourcing, trade, and education. The academy will offer courses in spoken and business Indonesian, translation, and intercultural communication. Students will explore shared Sanskrit roots between Indian and Indonesian languages, learning how ancient Indo epics like Ramayana are still revered in Indonesian culture. Art of living programs will develop emotional intelligence and resilience essential for working in multinational environments. Regular Navgrahumas by Vedic Dhammasasthan will bring harmony and auspiciousness to the students' journey. Graduates will find employment in embassies, airlines, and multinational companies, and NGOs working across Southeast Asia. Now, how will the French Language Academy enhance global employability and soft power for Indian youth? The French Language Academy, launched under the inspiration of Gurudev Shri Ravi Shankarji, aims to empower Indian youth to access opportunities in more than 29 French-speaking nations across Europe, Africa, and Canada. French is not only a global diplomatic language but also the official language of many international institutions like the UN, UNESCO, WHO, and the International Red Cross. This academy will train students in conversational and professional French, cultural etiquette, and translation skills. It will also offer specialized modules for careers in aviation, hospitality, fashion, international relations, and global business. Gurudev's emphasis on clarity of mind and joyful learning will be interwoven through art of living programs like Sudarshan Kriya, Sahat Samadhi meditation, and yogas of Shisha School of Yoga, ensuring students stay centered while mastering new linguistic frontiers. The Vedic Samsan will perform the Mahalakshmi Homa to invoke abundance and grace for participants, symbolizing prosperity through pure intention. Collaborations with the French companies and embassies will create employment and internship pathways. Students will not just learn a language but absorb a worldview bridging Indian spirituality with French art, diplomacy, and intellect, becoming global citizens with compassionate hearts and sharp minds. Now, how will the Spanish Language Academy create large scale employment and cultural business bridges across Latin America and Europe? Now, the Spanish Language Academy, one of the most ambitious initiatives envisioned by Gurudev, will prepare Indian youth to work in over 20 Spanish speaking countries, including Spain, Mexico, Argentina, and the US. Spanish is the second most spoken global language, offering jobs in media, trade, tourism, education, and IT outsourcing. The academy will include immersive language labs, cultural exchange programs, and corporate tie ups with the Latin American companies. Students will learn about Spanish history, values, and literature, fostering emotional and cultural intelligence. Art of Living's breathing techniques will enhance memory retention and confidence during international interviews. A Navgraha and Saraswati Homa will be conducted by the Vedic Sansthan to remove obstacles and enhance learning power. Through such holistic integration of language, spirituality, and life skills, youth will gain global opportunities while maintaining their inner peace and cultural rootedness. Now, how will the German Language Academy help Indian youth succeed in Europe's industrial and technological sectors? Neither the German Language Academy, envisioned under His Holiness Gurudev Shri Ravi Shankar Ji's guidance, represents India's bridge to Europe's powerhouse of innovation and precision. Germany's reputation in engineering, automobile manufacturing, healthcare, and research makes it a top destination for skilled Indian youth. By mastering German, students can secure opportunities in technical universities, global firms, and Indo German collaborations. The Academy's curriculum will combine linguistic mastery with the practical exposure. Specialized modules will cover business communication, cultural orientation, and industry specific vocabulary. The Art of Living Foundation will integrate daily yoga and meditation sessions to improve focus, creativity, and resilience, traits essential for success in high performance industries. The Vedic Sansthan will perform Ganapati and Vishwakarma homas and pujas to invoke the blessings of wisdom and craftsmanship. Partnerships with German companies, cultural institutes, and technology parks will ensure employment pipelines. Graduates will not only speak German fluently, but embody discipline, clarity, and compassion, representing a new generation of Indian professionals who combine scientific excellence with a spiritual balance. This initiative will further solidify Indo German friendships through education, ethics, and enlightenment. Now, how will the Italian Language Academy expand opportunities in design, art, and hospitality for Indian students? The Italian Language Academy, inspired by Gurudev's mission to blend knowledge and creativity, will open vast doors for Indian youth in fashion, interior design, culinary arts, architecture, and tourism. Italy's global influence in art and luxury industries provides fertile ground for skilled professionals fluent in Italian language and culture. Courses will focus on conventional fluency, etiquette, and industry specific Italian, complemented by immersive experiences in Italian art, music, and spirituality. Art of Living says meditation and breathing practices will nurture the creativity and emotional intelligence required in aesthetic professions. The Vedic Sansthan will perform the Saraswati and Lakshmi Homas to enhance intellect and prosperity. Collaborative projects with Italian institutions will help students in turn with the global design houses, hotels, and art academies. The academy will promote the Indian values of simplicity, mindfulness, and gratitude, transforming every learner into a confident professional who bends and blends Italian sophistication with the Indian serenity. Jagadev.